Hey guys, okay, I have two recipes for you guys today. They are both oils actually, so they are really good, very simple, very quick. The first one is a peppermint essential scalp oil. I tend to use this one on wash day, of course, before I deep condition. And again, it is very simple. It is an oil and peppermint essential oil mixed together. You can't get any easier than that. But yeah, it's very simple and quick to make, and you can just store it in your shower. That's what I do. I keep it in a bottle on the shelf in my shower. I apply it to my scalp before deep conditioning, and I just let it sit and marinate while I'm deep conditioning. So very easy, very beneficial for my scalp. Yeah, so that's a really great one, the peppermint essential oil. The next recipe is my Ayurvedic oil. Okay, I love this oil, but of course there are many different videos out in the world about how to make an Ayurvedic oil, so you can pick your favorite one and use that. You can customize it, pick your best oil that you love, your best ingredients, and just make it according to your liking, putting whatever you want in there. That's what I do with mine. I have different ingredients on my shelf, so I kind of just pick and choose. I have lots of different things that I like to use, and I just keep stored there. So I just grab this and that, and I put it into my oil mix, and then let that sit and marinate and infuse. After that, I decant some of the oil into a smaller amber bottle, and I use that while the rest of the oils are still marinating and infusing. So very simple process. And that means you only actually have to make new oil maybe every 6 months or so. And how I use that oil is that I do not just like slather it onto my hair or anything. Just like I mentioned with the peppermint essential oil, I put that on during wash day. And once I've done that and put on my deep conditioner, then I use the Ayurvedic oil as a topper to my deep conditioner and let the whole thing marinate for maybe an hour, 2 hours, however long it ends up being that I deep condition. Then I rinse that out. So that's how I use my Ayurvedic oil. I don't just put it on the length of my hair on a daily basis or anything. But how you use yours is totally up to you. Again, it is very flexible. This is just what I've been using, and they've both been so helpful. They give me shine, they give me healthy hair, so very, very beneficial. And it's been good over this last few years here. So that's about it. Again, those are my two recipes. They are simple, easy, quick to make, and beneficial. So I hope you give them a shot. Alrighty, bye guys. So I'll be using sweet almond oil to make this recipe today. I also have some peppermint essential oil here, along with this little plastic amber bottle and a funnel. So just start by filling your bottle about halfway with whatever oil you're choosing to use for this recipe. And then add in some peppermint essential oil. Start with just a few drops until you've been using it a while and you know it works for you. Then I'm just going to fill up the rest of my bottle with more sweet almond oil and give it a good shake to make sure everything is mixed together. So that is it. This is how I make my peppermint essential oil scalp oil. Next up is my Ayurvedic oil. I have this batch that's been sitting for a few months, and I am going to decant it into these bottles. This is just a plastic amber bottle that I use for my Ayurvedic oils. So I'm going to grab a jar and a strainer and strain out some of this mix. You can see it's nice, rich, dark, and all of those goodies are kind of throughout the oil, but also the powders are settled towards the bottom. So I'll just give it a good shake and then go ahead and strain it through. Okay, so I have the first part of my oil. I'm going to decant some of this into my smaller amber bottle. I keep these bottles in my pantry for when I'm doing DIYs, and I keep one in the shower for following up after my deep conditioners. So that's enough to fill up this one bottle. I'm going to fill up the next and then keep straining out the rest of my oil. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I make a new batch of my oils. So I'll show you all of the ingredients I use. I'm going to be adding lots of different powders and dried herbs to my oil. You can go ahead and customize this to your needs. So if you are working within a specific budget and you only have certain powders and dried herbs, go ahead and use those. You can use as many or as few as you want to use. You can use a bunch of things if you have way more than I have here. Feel free to use whatever ingredients work for your hair, but I'll just show you what I add into my oils. Okay, so like I said, I'm just using the remnants from my last batch of oil to start off this new one. And again, use your favorite oils that you either have on hand or that you love to use with your oil mixes. So you'll see all of the various things that I had in my cupboard. I am just adding these in. The majority of the oil that I use though is sweet almond oil because I just happen to like that one and I have it readily available. Give everything a good mix to make sure all of the powders are off the bottom. Now, I didn't have any curry leaves when I was filming this, but a few days later I was able to restock, so I just added in a small handful of curry leaves into my oil, gave it a mix again, and let it continue to sit and infuse. So you can use the double boiler method to heat this for a while and then let it sit for a couple months, or you could just go ahead and let it sit, which is what I do. Alright guys, that is it. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.